Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast in which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe into 1-minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyle Olson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, I'm Rob Cabasco, and Air Supply is the world's greatest purveyor of love songs.
Wow, that's a bold stance.
Since 1975.
Okay.
The Russells, Graham Russell, Russell Hitchcock. You just have to remember the Russells. Anyway.
Supplying air to lovers across the
many
world.
relationships.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about minute 7 of Louis Leterrier's 2008 film, The Incredible Hulk. And in this, we find that even Brazil has bullies.
Oh, they do, and kind of creepy.
A little creepy.
A little creepy,
yeah.
A little creepy.
But yeah, so we see some workplace harassment being inflicted on poor Bruce.
Now, first thing is we see Bruce, so we just finished that last minute where we were in the locker room of this, obviously some sort of plant.
Yep.
And you did mention the look of his hair.
That's right. We've seen from his class earlier in this same day, his hair has shifted from black to brown.
And really brown. I mean,
really brown.
it's noticeably different.
And it's, I think, majority of the film, I believe it will be this way. But for some reason, there's a couple of things that are in black, as you'll see the movie goes on. However, so I thought about this, and I'm like, okay, so he stands there, he gets bumped to it. We'll talk about the person he interacts with, and he hangs his hat up. And I thought, you know what? A major Marvel event has just happened here, and I almost missed it. Because in this scene, in these first 10 seconds, we see the birth of the Marvel hero disguise kit.
Oh.
That's right. He was in disguise, and he took off the ball cap.
Oh, the ball cap, and that comes up many times. And even so much so that it gets mocked in the MCU by Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, man.
That's right, folks, because from this point on, whenever a hero has to go undercover or disguise themselves, they will put on the ball cap, and it will do all of the work for them.
Including the big cap.
Including the big cap, yeah, that's right. Cap puts on a cap, and he's no longer Cap. A disguise so powerful, only a child can see through it.
Yeah, this is it. No.
But this is where it starts, right here.
This is where it starts, yeah.
He removes the disguise right here. I'm telling you, this is a fundamental part of the MCU, and it happens right here in minute 7 of The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, boy.
Right. So then he gets bumped. He gets bumped by a new villain, a bully, an actor by the name of Pedro Salvin. In this movie, he plays Tough Guy Leader.
No, that is literally his credited
That's literally
role.
his credit in the movie.
Tough Guy Leader.
Yeah.
In his first scene, he pantses.
Yeah, a nice shoulder check to Bruce.
Or something.
He's just putting on his coveralls to do it. I mean, come on. Like, he's done anything to you.
But Gringo. I mean, he's Gringo.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that'll come later. But this guy actually is a really respected actor. He has over 60 credits on IMDb, all over the place. He was in Boondock Saints 2.
What?
He was in 50 Cent's movie Get Rich or Die Tryin', and this is the one that's going to get you. He was on multiple episodes of MacGyver.
No.
Yes.
Wait, multiple episodes?
Multiple episodes.
So recurring.
I did not check. But he has multiple ones. I was just scanning through his IMDb real quick.
Oh, that's pretty great.
And he is from Canada. So, I mean, like, this was shot in Canada. So he's a Canadian actor.
Oh, cool.
Speaks 3 languages.
Oh.
Still working today. And he is a Gemini Award winner, which is Canada's Emmy.
What?
Yes, for a role on Peter Benchley's Amazon.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, he has, this is a little nothing part in here that everybody remembers. And he has gone on to have a pretty brilliant career.
Go check him out.
Yeah,
that's
go
awesome.
check him out.
We gotta go find out what the MacGyver thing. The MacGyver thing is awesome.
All right, so then we move into the proper thing. So this is actually shot in a old glass factory in Hamilton. So we have moved into Toronto now. So this is, even though we're in Brazil, Toronto is subbing for Brazil. For those of you who are fans of movie tourism, I'm sorry to tell you that it has been destroyed. So this building is no longer standing.
Oh.
So the Hulk apparently did a number on it. They could not save it. It had to go.
Well, he does do a number on it.
He's about to. Yeah, saying that. Like,
this doesn't look like this was a building long for the Earth. This
I don't think so. I think it was. Yeah. So here obviously the movie makers have transformed it into a bottling company. In this minute we will not find out exactly what they're bottling. Only know that it is green.
And in bottles.
Yeah. They're bottling some green fluid.
Wait, it's and I mean, you can kind of assume that it's a beverage.
Yes.
A beverage. He's working in a beverage plant.
Yeah. He who's a walking biological contaminant.
Nothing could go wrong.
What could possibly go wrong in a situation like this? I mean, he's a janitor. Essentially, I think that's pretty much what his job is. He's in the coveralls. He's pushing the cart. He's delivering some stuff around there. It's sort of a Bruce of all trades at this point. So as he's making his rounds, visiting all the things, we see him meet a young woman. This is an actress named Deborah Nascimento. What you're going to discover over the course of the next 100-odd episodes you listen to is I am terrible at guessing pronunciations. So probably people from Brazil out there are like cringing at the way I put the names. I have tried to do my research, but it's sometimes very hard to hear people saying their names or names of unless they're being interviewed by something. And
it'd be funny if that we get corrected, and then if you're listening to this at some later point, we'll correct it, and it'll just be we will splice in the correct pronunciation.
You just hear like it suddenly goes right over. So she had just started acting in 2006. So this was a huge role for her. She is a Brazilian born and based actress. So this was a big deal for her. And then she is still working even now to today. She is basically a huge star in Brazil. She has not really done a bunch of Hollywood kind of stuff. She has stayed in Brazil and continued in acting there. She's been in a bunch of soap operas, a bunch of television shows, a bunch of movies. And she also is working to use her fame for a good cause. She actually just did a fundraiser against women who have experienced gender-related violence. So she did a fundraiser for that. So she had a big link for that on her Instagram page.
So cool that she is Brazilian.
Yes.
And filming this scene in Canada. Yep. That's set in Brazil, right?
Like, yeah.
So that's cool that they did that. How important is this role? Because it's setting up. One, you're obviously making a little bit of a romantic sort of wink hint here, right?
Yeah.
Because she's beautiful.
Yeah. And she gives him a look.
Right.
A very clear look that she is interested in him.
Right.
He is unaware.
Right. Well, or is intentionally disconnecting because he's trying to avoid contact.
Right.
You understand. Let me think of all this. You understand that probably pains him a little bit because. Yeah,
sure.
I mean, he's right now separated from being a human for the most part.
Yeah.
And then that, as we'll see, this plays into the antagonist in this.
Yeah. We're setting up our little soap opera here.
Right.
That will go on. The next person we see as calling to Bruce from the top of the bottling scaffolding is the plant manager, credited as plant manager. This is John Carvalho. Interestingly, this was his only role.
Really?
Yeah, he had never done anything before and never did anything afterwards.
Canadian or Brazilian?
I couldn't even find that. I believe he's Brazilian. That is because I saw a short bio of that, but this was it.
Oh, this is a friend of someone who was like, "Hey, we have a role for you."
Yeah, it's really simple. I mean, I think
this is what we want you to do.
I believe it. I mean, like I think he did a great job because you look at this and like, yes, this is what I believe a Brazilian bottling plant manager would be like.
Absolutely.
So he, for his one time on screen, he did a fantastic job.
Oh,
so that's where we find out that Bruce, a bioengineer, like apparently knows how to do pretty much everything science related.
He has knowledge of mechanical things.
I guess so. How?
Especially, he's a curious scientist who's had to MacGyver his way into places. They're a little reference, right?
Yeah.
So he's had to do that. I think anybody who is science minded will have some ability to troubleshoot problems.
I guess so.
Did I really stretch that? I
really stretched. I mean, I guess this is the thing is like the smart people are smart people everywhere. Like that's the movie convention. Because I mean, like I work in technology and I couldn't repair he's I couldn't repair this. Like if this thing came sparking to me, I would not know how to repair.
Oh yeah. Oh no. The big button thing that's on the big button box.
Because that's what he's calling. Basically, the plant manager is calling him over.
When it's smoking and sparking, I would be like, dude, you're tough out of luck. I don't know.
So not only does he know what's wrong with it and how to fix it, he knows what they need in order to repair it.
He's had to be handy.
I guess he's had to be handy.
Had to be handy. But this is a great. But what?
It's a nice thing too because you see that even with his reading glasses.
Oh, when he brings the brainy specs. When he puts the brainy specs on, I love that. Uh-huh. You gotta look at what this scene just in these 2 minutes have done.
Yeah.
We know that he's working on his meditation. We know that he's working on his anger. Mm-hmm. And even in this, here's a great idea. Here's a character. He is so much more than a janitor.
Yes.
But yet perfect peace of mind and presence in the moment. And let me put on my glasses on. All right, let me fix this 2-button switch.
Right, because and you can tell that probably this has happened before, and he stepped in to do it. So that's how the plant manager knows that he knows how to do this, because Bruce is still helping people. He's still getting involved. Like, even though he's trying desperately not to keep a low profile, to not raise anything,
Right.
then the plant manager can tell he's way more than just a simple janitor.
Well, and not
to disparage janitorial engineers out there
no,
at all, but just saying, like, he could do a lot more than what he is doing at the plant.
And this scene leads up. I was just going to say we're going to leave it on a cliffhanger, because this minute ends right in the middle of this scene.
That's right. The line gets up and running, and then what happens next?
I don't know. It'll be the next episode,
Yeah.
and which is phenomenal, because you have to hear what happens next.
Yeah.
Because it is
big. Yeah.
It is awesome. It is awesome acting by Edward Norton in a way that we'll explain in the next episode.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, there's a good tease for next one. So yeah, the line gets up and going, and then that pretty much brings us to the end of that minute. So if you're interested in finding out more about what the next reel and our particular podcast are doing, you can find us on Facebook. Yes, that's right, Facebook. We have our own Facebook group. It's called the Marvel Movie Minute and the Next Reel Film Podcast. You can just search for that, any of those combination of things, and it'll find out there. We're on there occasionally spouting off about this kind of stuff and taking abuse from people who are mad about stuff we missed in our minutes. So you can check us out on there.
I'm okay with that. That's totally fine.
So I hope you had a smashing good time. Until next time, true believers.
Bye.